I tell you that much. I mean, maybe you can do missile defense 95.
Like, 500 hours.
Larry Nectar from the Wrecking Crew.
Wrecking Crew, back
again. And trumpet was a guy called Jerry Hay, who played on Thriller. Surprisingly enough.
So did Toto.
Yeah. Played on Thriller. And also, what's real cool, Jerry Hay, the trumpet player on the song 95, wrote a load of music for Star Wars Return of the Jedi.
That's quite trumpety, isn't
it? He wrote a load of music for...
just on the... You actually wrote all that Star Wars on a trumpet.
Exactly, you could have.
They transcribed it then to other instruments that had more of a range than the trumpet has.
But yeah, that's it. 95 Dolly Parton. It's a cool little... but you can't miss the point of it. It's called the same as the film, and it has the same person singing it that's in the film. It's a perfect circle, really.
You don't want to be messing things up. Like that song, St. Elmo's Fire, which isn't on this list. It probably should be.
Yeah.
Do you know that song, St. Elmo's Fire, by John Parr from the movie St. Elmo's Fire? There is no way he intended to call it St. Elmo's Fire.
No.
In fact, the lyric, St. Elmo's Fire, is jammed into the end of the chorus. Mm. So he had that in the vault, and I reckon that he just went, yeah, I'm going to call this one St. Elmo's Fire. Yeah, but man, there's no reference to St. Elmo's Fire in it. Also, it doesn't really say anything about the film. Well, listen, what if I just say St. Elmo's Fire at the end of the chorus? Done. So this is more tight than that. This is meant to be. And I like it. It's a female
just
empowerment.
A little...
It's
a little kind of... I was going to say it's a little titty. It's a little ditty kind of...
It's definitely not a little titty.
It's definitely not a little titty. It's just a little ditty kind of song that it's lovely little kind of hop to it. It's
in the morning, stomach, let it get you know myself a cup. Pour yourself a cup of ambition. Yeah. Ew, you don't be drinking that.
Not delicious. Ugh. I'd say it's sour as fuck ambition. Yeah. Anyway, hit me with your next one.
Cat People in brackets.
Cat People.
Putting Out Fires by David Bowie and Giorgio Moroder from the movie Cat People.
David Bowie. I'm surprised you didn't pick a fucking Goblin King song or something. That garbage.
That was gonna go on it.
That's fucking terrible.
No, it's not.
Are you for real?
Magic Dance.
Oh.
I mean, it's stupid, but it's great.
It's fucking garbage. I can't. I have to fast forward through that bit.
It doesn't sound like David Bowie.
It just sounds like shite. I can't do it. I can't.
It's supposed to be camp and funny and musically.
No, that movie is dark as fuck. He's around stealing babies and then he starts singing at them.
You remind me of a babe.
Yeah. You remind me of a... Shut up, Bowie. No.
See, when it comes to Bowie, you really shouldn't say...
We shouldn't talk too much about Bowie. Let's talk about the music, will we?
Remind them of babes.
Yeah, you remind me of a babe. Listen.
Back in the 70s. No, actually. So he asked the director of Cat People, which is okay, of a film, asked Bowie, will you do it? He's like, yeah.
Yes.
The music's already written. Moroder did it. And I'm kind of surprised at Bowie even doing it. Sort of, but he did a lot of stuff. But
yeah.
To work with someone big like Moroder, apparently it was done in 2 takes.
Really? Banged it out.
Flew over to Switzerland to meet Moroder. Moroder said he's an absolute gent. Had a coffee. Absolute professional. Let's get this done. Fucked off again.
That's everything I ever heard about him in that regard. It was always just Ian, shake hands, how you doing?
Yeah.
Have a smoke, have a drink.
Let's get this done.
Ian, bang it out.
Yeah.
See you later.
Get the Bowie brand out as far and as best projects as possible.
Just Bobby's the fiddle.
I love this version of the song because there is 2. I'll tell you in a minute why there's 2. Mm-hmm. It's really dark and it's really gothy, and you all know how much I love my dark and gothy songs. This version was used in Inglourious Basterds. It's another, probably more popular movie than Cat People during the scene in the cinema, I think. You know what I mean? Like, we're setting this stuff up. It was also used in Atomic Blonde, which is a killer soundtrack. It's also not the worst. It's not the worst film ever. The reason he couldn't use this on Let's Dance album is because he wasn't allowed to use it.
Because the music wasn't his?
Well, the music wasn't his, exactly. So he re-recorded it with Stevie Ray Vaughan on guitar. And I don't like that version at all. It's jangly and it's rock and rolly. And the other one is synthy. Really dark. And it kind of pushes Bowie into kind of vocal patterns that he wouldn't have normally really done that much.
Well, if he wasn't involved in the music, he has to follow a different flow completely.
But this song goes from sounding like something from the Lost Boys, then it turns into this rock song. Yeah. It's absolutely brilliant. The rest of the soundtrack, I mean, is decent. Like any of the Moroder stuff has moments and then filler. But this is the jewel. This is the theme song for Cat People. And it's a big, dirty banger.
So I was listening to it earlier on, right? Yeah, I don't know whether I've seen that movie. I don't know whether
I
I ever
saw
heard
it in the
all
80s.
that.
When
All that song.
it's like Malcolm McDowell and I think it's Natasha Kinski. The horror movie. They turn into panthers.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, enough said about that.
Enough.
What's your next one?
The team from Manimal. And my next one is "Lose Yourself" by Eminem off 8 Mile.
Yeah.
That could be. I don't know. How do you pick like the best? You can't. It's hard to pick a best Eminem song.
No, there's only one of the best Eminem songs ever. It'll appear on the best rap
another
songs
one.
when we do it.
I don't know. This song once again is a massive song. It was so big. It was so huge. It was so important. It sums up the movie in a heartbeat. People still do memes about fucking mom spaghetti. Like it's just.
It is. It's lyrically brilliant.
Lyrically shit hot.
It's lyrically like, especially, it really deals well with self-doubt. Really well.
Yeah.
And not really going to push yourself to just fucking listen. Yeah, you do have to ask yourself, I can give in to the fear or I can actually just go out and give it.
Yeah, exactly.
God, that's the stupidest thing I've ever said. It sounds stupid. You really have to ask yourself.
Well,
do you really want to give
it was the first hip hop song ever to win an Academy Award for best song in a movie.
Really? The
Yeah,
first
first
hip-hop song ever?
Yeah, to ever win an
There's
Academy
one on
Award.
my list. I definitely should have got it.
It was written on set while they were filming the movie, during breaks.
That's impressive.
During downtime.
Although that's his thing.
Also, not only that, it was recorded on set in a portable rig he had in the
That's
van.
incredible. Yeah. I love the long intro. Love it. And then when it kicks off, the jun, 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 you play that in a club and people get hyped.
Yeah, it's just it's an incredibly popular song as well as being important. And I don't think that movie would be as big as it was without that song. That song is a massive part of it.
Even though Eminem is in it and it was his first big film, if it didn't have the big song, it wouldn't, absolutely not. Because it wouldn't
Especially
have been
a new song,
yeah, a new song.
you know?
No, and a new great song.
Yes.
Has to be all those things. So it's one of those things where back in the day where it doesn't happen so much anymore, where movies had to go hand in hand with a big song if it had an actor in it who could sing especially.
Yeah.
It had to have the song, had to have the handshake.
Yeah. It's a super fucking song.
It's really
like you said, that big intro was mad important. It lets people prepare themselves for what's about to come.
Sounds a bit like the start of Fighter by Christina Aguilera.
It could be fucking a similar sample.
Yeah,
Could be
but then when
similar.
it kicks off, they become slightly different songs.
Ever so slightly different. Anyway, Eminem "Lose Yourself" off 8 Mile will be is one of my picks for I think best songs from a soundtrack. Of course, Volume 1 again. Let's just call it Volume 1 again.
It's tough.
It's hard out there for a pimp lad. What's your next one?
Chris Cornell, Seasons, from the 1992 film Singles, which is a great soundtrack. Overall, a great
Super,
soundtrack.
Yeah. Super.
This is his first solo song.
Yeah.
And the first time people went, there's more than Soundgarden to this lad. Seasons is a fucking incredible song. The
great
guitar
song.
work is so beautiful.
It's odd. It's very good.
It's like a lot of his stuff that he writes himself. He sounds like someone else wrote the music and he's singing his way over it, but it's not.
No, he has a very particular. He has this weird layered version of the way he does things.
Yeah.
Like there'll be 3 or 4 guitar tracks kind of doing
Yeah.
similar but different stuff. He might kind of double track 2 guitars to do something similar and then 2 guitars to do something completely different, and it couldn't be played at once at the same time, you know.
It's because the guitar stuff is bluesy. It shows off his real bluesy stuff, and it doesn't rely on the big riffs and drums that he had behind him for Soundgarden.
The noise
The noise
to escape
so
into.
it's really him, and his voice is really just Jesus. All the different ranges that he can do. He's super high in that.
He was showing himself off as well to a degree, you know.
So obviously, Bird Ritual is on this as well, but this is the one that is known. It's also the best song on the soundtrack.
Do you reckon that film was as important to the kind of grunge movement?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
because it
me
was
too.
actually out. It was actually out on the cusp of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a reaction to this.
No,
thing.
it was like happening.
Yeah, because Cameron
there.
Crowe was around at that time, and he was going to make a movie of this.
Yeah.
And it's a decent film. It's
It's grand. It's fine.
the best film ever.
Yeah,
but
no.
it's
But like,
good.
even like the way they dressed, which was reflecting the way they were dressing in Seattle in that area.
So-
like that became the uniform
Yeah.
for people because everybody went and watched that movie because all these guys were in, the guys from bands were in the movie as well, like the coffee house scene and shit like that.
When you're wearing the docks with the white socks over it and the shorts.
And the docks open and the fucking big
that's the
jumper hanging off. Yeah, exactly.
Thing,
flannel short and a shitty fucking Dennis the Menace jumper. Like,
and a beanie.
Yeah, like I wore all that bullshit.
We all did. Listen, we all did.
Like,
I do think you're right. I do think it's important to it. And it came out at the exact right time when it was all kicking off. And it's part of the grunge story without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
And this song is part of it.
Oh, yeah,
well.
yeah, absolutely.
So I think there's a tape in the movie where the songs are listed or something like that. And he wrote songs based on the names of so he didn't write the names of these songs. He just went, I'm going to make the songs as if they were the songs.
Strangely enough, in 8 Mile as well, there's a scene where Rabbit is on the bus with a bit of paper scribbling lyrics. Apparently, in real life, that was him writing the lyrics to Lose Yourself.
That's class.
Yeah, in the
Think
film.
about it.
Yeah, they just used it in the film. He's writing the song, but in reality, he was actually writing the lyrics to Lose Yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Seasons is one of those songs, a very rare song that I can listen to in any mood. That comes on, it's never getting skipped. Ever.
What if we were banging? Getting nice rhythm to it.
Yeah, sure. Maybe.
Rhythm, yeah.
Although it's quite a long song for band.
Well,
Damn. Suicide by words.
the last 30 seconds of it then. Yeah. Just hell for leather.
Listen, everyone knows Seasons. If you don't, Jesus Christ. There's a lot of, you know what, there's a lot of, when Cornell died and I was doing sets, I'd stick this song on. He's a lot of fans that don't really listen to Cornell
No, they
or
don't.
Soundgarden.
No. They just,
Well, he's the man what died.
exactly, yeah. That's a massive...
He's the man what died, and therefore, you know, and you play that and they're like,
Everything you say to me, I'll go to the club and I'll sing the lyrics back to you.
Yeah.
What was his fucking name?
That's slightly different for him because those songs were all ingrained into them as a kid, but there is a lot of people crying
Well,
about
Cornell had a massive fucking career that would have spanned
before when they were
living
semen.
in their dad's balls.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
when
He
they were
was
when they were
banging
an
out.
idea of semen.
Exactly, yeah.
So listen, Chris Cornell Seasons 92 single soundtrack, great soundtrack as well. I have to mention. What's your one?
La 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 bamba.
I hate that song.
I know. This is the Los Lobos version. So again, this is
Not the Lou Diamond Phillips.
well, he's in the video. This is another perfect circle kind of song. So this is Los Lobos.
Certainly not a perfect circle song.
Right? This is Los Lobos covering La Bamba. And it was for the movie La Bamba about Richie Valens. Or Valens
From
or
the
whatever.
year La Bamba.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Who popularized that song. Now, that song was a fucking... That was a folk song anyway. It wasn't written by Richie Valens.
Wasn't the Gypsy Kings, no?
No. So it made famous by him in like 1958. And his story just became this big infamous story. And eventually they made that movie with Lou Diamond Phillips. Lou Diamond Phillips is in the video, the Los Lobos video. Now, what's fucking mad? Whatever about that song, I don't hate that song at all. It's whatever, right? It's just an iconic movie song. Unfortunately, it's a movie about that song. So it's not their song.
I think you should have picked a better one.
No,
better song. No,
I'm standing
not from
by
that
it. I have to stand by it. There's
Stand by
something
me.
off.
There's another one not written for the movie.
But let's say it was.
I would have allowed it over this.
That band, that version's from 1987, right? That band, Los Lobos, lad, they have 22 albums.
That doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Latino music is relentless. Relentless.
22 albums.
That's just this year.
That's in the Prince territory. You know what I mean? Like 22 albums.
But in one genre.
Just that guitar-y,
And a terrible genre.
that Latino country, whatever it is.
That's actually the least offensive of all that kind of... Jesus, be careful here. Music of that geographical...
Yeah, a lot of it
place.
is very repetitive and hurts. But it's designed for dancing, so of course it's fucking repetitive. We can say the same about
I'm
techno.
just being ignorant, and I don't care.
Ignorant. I had to pick it. Much like Ghostbusters, it's one of those songs that when you hear it, when I hear that song, I think of that movie. Even that movie is kind of fucking shit, but I still think of that movie. You know what I mean? When I hear 9 to 5, I think of that movie. When I hear fucking Seasons, I don't actually think of
No,
sequence.
that went above the movie.
Yeah. You know, like there's a couple of them there. Lose Yourself, I don't actually associate that with 8 Mile.
No, because again, it wasn't